Coming up on this week's episode of the Dough Necessities.
Baked goods come from our sourdough starter, which we feed, and it's live cultures, it's live yeast. We feed organic flour and filtered water every day.
Join us as we scour the globe for you to find the best donuts, bagels, and other baked goods your money can buy. Hey guys, welcome back. We are in Casper, Wyoming today, visiting True Bakery. They opened in September of 2023 in their current brick and mortar location. They began out of their apartment in 2021. Then they moved to a temporary farmer's stand. Now, building their current location took most of 2023. One thing that's unique about this place actually only has 4 different donuts. Now you might think, Andy, why are we showcasing a place that has 4 donuts? Well, let me tell you, dough friends, this place has sourdough donuts. Enough said, let's dough.
True Bakery really just started off as a concept of creating food that is true. That's really kind of where the name came from. We don't use any preservatives, any artificial anything in our food. All of our breads are made from a sourdough starter. Yep. So we actually cultivate our own yeast for all of our breads and pastries through a 6-year-old sourdough starter that started in 2018 in Southern Oregon when I was an executive chef down there.
Why go through so much effort doing that?
I care deeply about what we put in people's bodies.
Absolutely.
I've always been trained that when it comes to food, we should be treating it as if we are in an operating room. You know, everything should be super clean, just super, just good for you type of food. So,
and why not have that food that we consume, put in our body, be as clean as possible, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Awesome. If you look behind you, we're actually starting to grow our own produce. 4-hour sandwiches here as well. So just always trying to take things a little step further. I'm gonna see, we got timers, we got baking going. You're gonna get some good smelling going on here.
I was to say, as soon as we were walking up here, I was like, oh my gosh, it smells so good
already. Yeah. Cooking some bacon for our sandwiches. We do a awesome breakfast sandwich that people freaking adore.
Why sourdough donuts? Because I had never even thought about doing sourdough donuts. So when I came across your website, and I'm a huge sourdough fan. I love sourdough. So
it really just has to go back to just creating food that is true. Baked goods come from our sourdough starter, which we feed, and it's live cultures, it's live yeast. We feed organic flour and filtered water every day.
What made you get into just cooking or food in general?
I always just geared towards cooking. I remember, I always tell people the story too, is looking back at it, I know that I wanted to be a chef when I tried to feed my younger sister when we were 6 and 7 years old a mayonnaise and sugar with American cheddar sandwich. And she ate it. I went to culinary school and then moved up along the ladders of becoming an executive chef. I was actually a food and beverage director here in town before starting True Bakery.
Awesome.
My girlfriend and I, we started this out of our apartment in 2021, and we were doing deliveries on the weekends, on Fridays and Saturdays, delivering our bagels, our donuts, and our sourdough breads.
Awesome.
And then we started doing the farmers market. We were there for about 6 months. Then we secured this location, kind of built it from the ground up. And then I started teaching myself how to make sourdough bread, and it just kind of flew from there.
I can smell the jalapenos.
Yeah, and so we, again, we're growing those jalapenos on here. We got a couple plants there to start slicing for these bagels. And then we make our everything seasoning in-house. Just by mixing some white and black sesame, poppy seeds, dried minced garlic and onion. So
sourdough speaks to me.
Nice little crust on these guys. These aren't bread bagels, you know.
Oh my god.
Give you some nice jaw muscle working when you eat them. So we have this awesome sheeter. Super happy about this. Helps me laminate all of my doughs, roll out all of my donut dough. And so we just take this to about 15 millimeters. About the right thickness there. So we just kind of inch it down, slowly but surely.
It's always mesmerizing watching these things.
Yeah. Our Reuben sandwich. So we make all of our deli meats in house for our sandwiches. Condiments, mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup. Okay. So we're gonna punch out our rounds. We do those all by hand too.
Imagine doing this is pretty therapeutic too.
It is.
Especially knowing that people look forward to these every single day.
Yeah.
Donut wise, how many donuts would you say you make on average every day? Let's see, through the weekend, through the weekdays, and then through the weekend.
We do 6 rounds, 6 of each round. We have 4 flavors, so do just a couple dozen rounds every weekday. So Wednesday through Friday. We do 2 flavors of rounds, chocolate and maple, and we do 3 of each of those flavors on the weekdays, so Wednesday through Friday again. And then on Saturdays, we do a dozen of each round and a dozen of each
like you
bar.
said, busier day. So
Yeah. All right. Now get the station cleaned up, and then we're ready to rock and roll on some donuts.
Now, do these have to proof at all, or are they just?
They actually rise pretty well in the fryer.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And let them go on one side, and then we will flip them, toss the first round, the first 6 really, in cinnamon sugar, then fry them all out, and then heat up our glazes. Don't use a microwave to heat up the glazes, you know, and then sprinkle them.
Such a beautiful sight.
I'll start dropping a couple of these into the cinnamon sugar and give her a nice little toss. So again, we're doing 6 of each flavor. Give her a little tossy poo, you know? And then we have a beautiful cinnamon sugar donut.
That looks incredible, man.
Yeah. So we'll let that cool real quick.
Yep.
And we're gonna dive into it. All right. Are you ready, sir?
That's a.
Oh
my gosh. The dough is just so soft. The cinnamon sugar is just covering every nook and cranny of this donut. This is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, we heat this on our lowest setting, so that way we don't crystallize that sugar. We want to make sure it's staying nice and smooth texture.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, now we got a luscious
Oh my gosh.
vanilla glaze ready for our sourdough donuts.
Now these sprinkles are all natural, hand cut, hand shucked, everything, right?
We're looking into making them ourselves, actually.
Oh my gosh.
This glaze set's pretty quick, so
Unless it's a little kid, I guess. A little kid might be here for the sprinkled donut, right?
they're definitely here for the sprinkled donuts.
Yeah.
So we just do a few at a time. Then we drop our all-natural handmade sprinkles on top. Oh, the long john's a little too long. Not fitting in there.
But you can't have it be a short john, you know?
Delicious, unset chocolate glaze.
Oh man, we get the organic sprinkles on these too. It's great.
Bad boys gotta get. There you go. We call them long for a reason, you know. I have a. So I used to a long time ago do them in our bread loaf pans, but that just takes too much time.
Yeah. Those are a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Oh, those look good.
All right, you ready for this chocolate fat
Boy,
short,
am I
John?
ever. Holy crap. I've been waiting, man.
All right.
Exciting.
Just breaking her apart. There you are.
Gosh, this dough, it looks so... Oh my gosh. One thing I love about sourdough, and especially with the sourdough donuts here, like, there's actual flavor in the dough, whereas most donuts I have, and I'm not saying this to be negative, but there's just no flavor really.
Again, just that, oh. All right, maple, maple, maple. Cheers.
The maple. Donuts like this with maple on them, this kind of maple, I could eat this all day. This is so good.
Yeah.
The dough, of course, it's just the same consistency as the other donuts, not overcooked, so soft and chewy inside with that light, crisp crunch right as you're biting in, and then the maple, you get the maple flavor, but then I'm almost getting like, what is that secondary flavor?
I'm tasting that too. I think
maple. It's in. Is it vanilla? Like, what is it? Like, that's so good. When you were cooking it and I was watching, yeah, it was just so fragrant. Yeah, smell that on the camera, guys. Smell that. With all of them is the nice little crisp right when you bite into it. It's so good. And that vanilla is so smooth. Really, just mild, mellow. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, crispy on the outside. You got that nice fluffy interior.
Yeah, kind of like me.
All right, now let's go over the scores for True Bakery. Now, the first one we tried was the cinnamon sugar. That one was so good. Now, for the dough on all 3 donuts, it was really consistent, so not really gonna say something different for each one because really the dough was consistent.
The dough was really good on this one. Now the dough was definitely sour. It was really chewy. I loved that. Not super chewy though. Really soft as well inside. It was just so well done. I loved it. Oh my gosh. The cinnamon and sugar was coated all the way around, every nook and cranny. So good. I do feel like it could have used just a little bit more flavor. Probably could have come in the dough, maybe being a little more sour. But overall though, the taste was so good. The presentation was amazing. It was fantastic. So total score on this one's going to be an A. Now for the vanilla sprinkle donut, the taste was fantastic. The vanilla was it just packed a powerful punch. Super creamy. You can definitely tell, as he mentioned, it's obvious that they use the finest ingredients, best quality, and they definitely don't use imitation vanilla or anything like that. So super good. The flavor was just so popping there. I love it. Party in my mouth, right? Total score on this one's going to be an A. Now for the maple ring, let's talk about that. The taste was fantastic. The maple was so flavorful, but then there was that second flavor that came back, as I mentioned. I'm a huge fan of hot sauces, and I love those ones where they kind of kick you and then they come back for more. I can't quite pin down what it is for that secondary flavor, but it was so cool that it was a completely different flavor coming back for more. So loved that flavor. And then the presentation, it looked fantastic. It was just great. That donut was ready to rumble. So final score for the maple ring is going to be an A. Since they got straight A's there, their total score or final score is going to be an A as well. Great job, True Bakery. Oh my gosh, what a fun treat it was to come there to visit your shop and just see your donut making in action, see even your bagel making in action. Your store is so awesome.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if there's a donut shop you'd like us to check out in your neck of the woods, go ahead and drop a comment below or email us at dough@doughnecessities.com. Story time with Bill Brockley Jr.